the Titan. Maybe he'll join the stream.
I watched that earlier today.
Love that for you.
About 2 o'clock.
I wonder if I should start watching it so that I can partake in the discussion.
I mean, it's pretty entertaining. What's he talking about?
I don't know. He just said that it.
Oh.
He watched it. And was
He
pretty
said
good.
it was good again, like always.
Mm.
Yeah, this it's the season that's airing right now is the final season,
Oh fuck.
or at least that's what it's called. There's season 1, season 2, season 3, and final season. Not season 4, final season. That's
Damn.
the name of it.
Some intense shit, Cash.
And yeah, there's a bit of a time gap between season 3 and this season, and yeah, there's some tense stuff going on. It's all-out war.
Love that for you.
Alright, so what are we gonna do today in this game?
I think.
I think I was gonna do something with trains.
Yeah, you were gonna do train station stuff.
Alright.
I was going to finish up the hypertube / railroad thing.
Oh yeah, the big loop.
Yeah. I know initially you said don't do the hypertube 2, but I can't reliably drive a train. So kind of.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. So
Now, yeah. You said you were having problems with it saying no power / brakes.
and the brake was on, yeah.
I think the brake thing was because you had to turn off the autopilot.
I did do that in the train station, but I don't know.
Yeah. We could try going to the experimental version of the game, which is supposed to improve multiplayer.
But didn't it crash when we tried?
Right. But since then, there's been a few more updates to it, so it could be working now.
Why do you think it crashed?
It's just... So that update, they're switching to a different game engine to run it. And it just... I mean, part of the reason they're putting it on the experimental version is because they knew there was probably a lot of things that they weren't aware of that could cause crashes. Oh, we got another hard drive thing.
Nice.
I think quick-wire might be important later on. And there's plenty of copper we can find. And being able to go from make more quick-wire out of... I think I'm going to do the quick-wire one.
Alright.
Which mixes cerium and copper to make quick-wire. Let's see. One more hard drive. So remind me in 10 minutes to check it again.
Alright. Also, the building of this hypertube is pretty quick compared to the building of the railway, because I can very easily use the hypertube to get back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Since you said the trains wasn't working. Otherwise, you could just use the train to get back and forth.
Yeah.
What did I need again? I'm gonna handcraft some supercomputers.
How fun.
I'm getting distracted. Because I knew there was some research in which I wanted to do that. Which I need them.
And it's really helpful that I have power right above me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can just grab it and go right back.
Oh, this is gonna be slow. We should set up a manufacturer building supercomputers.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea.
Do I want to do that or the trains?
I mean, I think the train is probably the better thing to do, because right now there's product that we are not utilizing.
Well, with the supercomputer, there's products that we're not using.
What does that even mean?
I mean, we could have it making them in the background while I'm doing the trains thing.
I guess. I don't know. Do what you want.
I want at least 50 of these. We got 10 right now. It's probably taking about 5 seconds to handcraft each one. Up. Ran out of plastic. I didn't bring enough foundations.
Hate that for you.
I'm doing it the lazy way. setting up a manufacturer, but then just throwing the items in by hand instead of setting up the conveyor belts.
Uh,
I can
with
set up.
slow product, that's
Yeah.
not a bad option.
Yeah, I can set up the conveyor belts some other time. I just want to have some being made in the background while doing other stuff. Because I only want about maybe 50 to 100, so I can do the 2 research things.
I didn't know there was a. What are the research things for?
One gets geothermal generators. So that's another power source. And I forget what the other one was.
That would just be like. What would that be like using the sun? That'd be solar. Right?
No, like the heat in the earth. I think you put them on like geysers or something.
Mm.
This is gonna look kind of weird, but I'm switching to glass for base.
For what?
For our base.
Is there a reason why?
I like to be able to see through it and see the floor below.
Is there a way that you can make it quickly change it or not really?
Not that I know of.
Mm.
There are like editors, save game editors, that maybe I could put it in and do that, but not within the game.
Mm. That might be worth it if you find a good one.
I don't even know if it exists.
Hello there.
Hello there.
I knew he would.
Patrick, Murray was saying you're gonna hop on soon to talk about Attack on Titan.
I saw the message in the chat and I'm like, well, I guess Patrick will join to talk about anime.
He says he's just here to support the stream.
Well, we appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it more.
Yeah, Patrick, I watched it.
Well, that is great news, Patrick. As Patrick is fully aware, this stream is for the common man.
Yep. Yep, Patrick and RRP Sasha. So Matt, are you gonna start watching this?
I mean, if it's
Yeah,
as good as you guys say, and if
Yeah.
it's how I get more viewers, you never know.
I was just thinking maybe I shouldn't talk about it too much.
Common men do support common men. Cash and I built this stream brick by brick. And the fat cats like Roth just want to tear it down. Real question, is Cod a fat cat? Oh, just a boomer. Okay. What are you exasperated about now, Cash?
It just doesn't line up how I wanted it to.
Hate that for you. I do think it's funny, though, how Walsh is on team Eat the Rich, and he is rich. I don't know. I just think that's kind of funny. Murray thoughts?
His parents are rich. I don't know. I mean,
Well,
some of that translates to him, but not as much day to day.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello there.
Alright, what do you want to say, Patrick? Patrick's watched 4 more anime since we've last talked.
Jesus.
Is that like in the past week?
Kids
Maybe
on a
little bit
roll.
longer? Which, were they any good, Patrick? Slash, do you recommend me watching them?
Damn. That's some
Pat?
serious shit, Pat.
I remember hearing that show was something like, you'll never be ready to watch it. Even if you think you're ready, you're still not ready. Yeah, Patrick, I watched the first episode or two of Assassination Classroom and can really get into it. Still would recommend it. There's better shows in my list. My list is too long, but I'm forgetting half the shows I need to watch.
Classic Cash.
And it keeps on growing and...
Cash, what is this random storage container you just put in the middle of our crap?
That's my inventory. That's a temporary thing. I'm bringing a lot of
I'm just gonna
components.
put random shit in it too.
No, don't.
Too late.
Because I'm about to pick that back up, and now I'm gonna pick up your random stuff.
I put 500 screws in, that was it.
Oh, I hate screws. I always have screws on me, but I never need them for anything.
Love that for you.
Alright, I got a manufacturer making supercomputers at the top, and I just have it 4 storage containers feeding it right in front of it.
Love that for us.
And I just dumped a bunch of stuff into the storage containers. And if I dumped all my stuff in my inventory in that storage container so that I could just make one trip up there with a bunch of stuff.
Classic Cash.
Alright, now I get to build the trains. Patrick says I need to make the list of shows to watch and not make it a mental list. So, hey Patrick, can you do that for me? All the shows you've recommended in the past like month or two, can you just write those down? Send them to me? That would be great.
Cash, you're supposed to serve him.
What do you mean? I'm providing the stream for him.
Imagine telling your followers what to do. Couldn't be me.
What was I gonna do with trains?
How is our supercomputer production coming?
I don't know. It's producing. How do you want this list made up? I don't know. Yeah, Google spreadsheet sounds good.
Yay!
I'll probably get around to it eventually, Patrick.
Such a cash response if I've ever
I mean,
heard
I
one.
haven't been watching a lot of shows recently, so it might take some time, but
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Patrick, how is Saudi Arabian plastic doing?
probably is doing pretty good.
Oh, not great.
Not
Eek.
great.
Sorry
Oh.
about that, cuz.
Well, just give it some time.
A lot of business issues. Is it just like people aren't buying it?
People are buying the machines that use it.
Are you a customer of Saudi Arabian plastic cash?
Not really, but my customers are.
Ah.
See, my company sells the machines that use the plastic. So we really don't buy the plastic except for to do demos and stuff.
Aren't you and my dad like doing a lot of business or something?
No, not really.
What?
I mean, he stopped in to said hi once, but I don't think we really used his products. So.
Sure you do. Why else was he there? Someone must.
Go left. No.
Love that for you, Pat.
What?
Is the switch track not working right?
I don't know. I thought I switched it, but nope, wrong thing. I'm gonna just delete the train and rebuild it in the direction I want.
Total cash move. Which product did you use, Pat? Do you remember or not really?
This train is much faster than that factory cart.
Well, that's good.
It's twice as fast. I had it backwards.
Trend by Waterworks. Fun.
Forgot to connect part of the track here, Matt.
You forgot to connect part of the track.
Me? I hope I don't die when I get out of this train. Alright, here it goes. Okay, it's alright.
How did I do that? When do we win?
Never.
When
There's
we
no
figure
winning.
when we run out of things to do, I guess.
But this game's still in early access, so they haven't really put the story into the game. They haven't really put in the win condition yet. You just play until you get tired of playing, I guess.
You just do a little better each time.
Yeah.
Did you fix the track?
I did.
Yay! Now you will derail again, so be ready for that.
Like the track ends.
Yeah.
That's
But
good
that's
to
where it
know
ends.
because braking. Ah! 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 That was scary.
Did you pull it off?
No, but the train stopped itself. But I started braking way before, but you don't slow down very fast.
Well, I tried to warn you, you know.
Where do I want to build this train station at? Hope I brought up long enough stuff to build the rails.
You need steel pipe and steel beam, I think.
Don't think I have much of that. Yeah, I don't have much.
How's the train station coming, Cash?
I'm about out of rails for it.
Hate that for you.
Let's see. Do I have enough to just... do a mini station? Alright, I think I need power over here for this.
Good thing. Good thing there's some on that hypertube
You know
railway.
you know how far away that is?
Not far at all.
I think I need to power it. Maybe I only need to power one station, and then it's all connected. I don't know.
Well, you'll need to power it to be able to load things onto it, right?
I don't know. Doesn't say no power yet. I know the track has power, so... Alright. That seems to be working. Woo! I got an autopilot going between the two stations.
Nice.
Now I just gotta connect the fabric up to it.
Yeah. Shouldn't be that difficult. Probably gonna need a lot of steel beams for the conveyor.
Yeah, I'm going back to the main base now. I wonder how this game works code-wise for these trains.
What
how-
part of it?
Like how it knows. So you just tell it the station it wants it should go between, and it knows like the path to take, like which splits in the path it needs to take to get there and everything.
Yeah, that is
I
interesting.
wonder how the game calculates all that.
It probably needs like a complete circuit. Maybe it like treats it like a like how electricity would be routed.
All right. We. Alright, what did I need? Probably mostly just these two things. We're out of concrete.
Damn, I was about to get some.
Really?
Yeah. Did you just take some?
Yeah.
How much did you take?
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks of it.
Well, that means we're making it pretty fast because I took everything that was in. I took like everything that was in it, like probably like 10 minutes ago. Maybe more. I don't know. Why do you need all that concrete?
You never know when you might need concrete.
Well, I need it though. That's why I need to know.
Probably for the train station, just building the conveyor belts and stuff. I know I'll need some, but
So you
I'm not
need
sure how
800
much.
stacks?
Yep.
No, you don't.
I need it so that you can't use it.
Why do you hate the future of transportation?
What do you mean? Trains are the future of transportation.
Yeah, but I'm actively increasing our abilities over here, and you're actively taking away our concrete for frivolous needs. You didn't need all of the stacks.
I needed them all.
No, you didn't.
Yep. Oh, I should have grabbed more steel beams and stuff. Well,
Why'd you take all that concrete if you didn't even come bring what you needed?
I didn't need more train parts, really.
But why did you take the concrete if that's you swiftly went back to the base for something
needed
else?
the concrete. I came back for the concrete.
Is Patrick still with us?
He's not.
Maybe he could have mediated this debacle. Yay, there's 2 stacks of concrete.
That's all you need, right?
No, it is not.
How much do you need?
An unlimited amount. I probably need, I think 2,000 in total. About 4,000 would completely finish everything, I think. But 2,000 would finish it from like one to another, which is not very much.
You should increase our concrete production.
You should stop stealing things that you don't need.
I can't take 8 stacks.
When that's the only 8 stacks we have?
What? We should have much more. Who's using it all?
I am.
And I can't use any?
You're allowed to use them. You just don't need
But
8
not 8
stacks and you
stacks.
took them all.
I needed all 8.
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna use all 8 of these stacks.
Yeah, like over the course of, 10 hours of gameplay.
I don't believe.
Oh my god, Cash. Well, I can't do shit.
You can make a better concrete production while you're waiting for the concrete.
Don't tell me what to do. I wonder how our viewers think of the content of me screaming at you for doing dumb shit.
I think they're trying to figure out why you're screaming. Because I'm not doing anything wrong.
Ugh, Cash. Don't even get me started.
Hey, Ramrod.
Hey, Ramrod!
Came just in time to help me out.
Look at the 8 stacks of concrete he doesn't need.
I need them all. So can I build a wall now? Build it down there.
What are you trying to do, Cash?
Build a set of walls that I can attach. Well, actually, what am I trying to do? I want to build a conveyor belt, but I don't think I can build one that. I don't know. I want to build one of these things.
There you go.
But I think that's the furthest down I can go in one segment.
So then grab it at a lower level and bring it down even farther.
Yeah, I guess so. Here, you know what? I don't need these walls. Actually, let's keep that one since it was a pain to build. I want to just see if I can use my jetpack and build it from down there.
Nice. You might be able to like build it as you fall if you're smart about it.
I can actually attach it.
You could land on that little nook. You
Yeah.
can.
Oh.
I've done shit like that before. I landed on like the power outlet stuff.
There.
There you go. There. And then do it again. Until you get to the bottom.
Ah! It's hard to
Yeah,
control myself. I did it.
Stop doing dumb stuff.
Now I want to get to the fabric. It's probably... I think I'm going to jump over here. This is outbound fabric.
Well, the fabric comes in.
Well, coming
It's
out.
inbound.
It's outbound from where I'm at, inbound to our main base. Outbound from this location that I'm at.
Oh.
SkyTrain is doing something.
Yay!
Maybe. I gotta turn the autopilot on for them. Now I gotta get back up to the SkyTrain. I didn't think about that. I guess I gotta go up over there. Yeah, that was a good idea, Ramrod, to make ladders. I didn't think about getting back up.
Why do you have to get back up? Just take the hypertube all the way back.
Well, I wanted to check to make sure everything was fine on this side.
Right? Cash? Are you hearing me?
I might have muted myself. I wanted to check to make sure everything was fine on this side before I went back.
Ah.
Apparently, if you just spam spacebar while using the jetpack, you go higher without using any more fuel, according to Ramrod.
Ramrod, do you own any GameStop stock?
Do you own any, Murray?
I honestly remember when I was like a kid thinking that it would be so cool to own GameStop stock.
You know, I was browsing through Reddit like a month ago, and I saw like the post saying to buy it. And I just like read
Yeah.
the headline and then moved on. If I read the whole post, maybe,
Maybe you'd be rich.
yeah, maybe things would be different. Alright. So this set to load. I think I just need to
I'd probably hire you as my financial advisor.
I shouldn't have done that. Come back. I think it's gone. There's no way for it to turn around. Going back to the main station, the train.
Nice.
But I didn't get to test it, if it was loading up correctly before I sent it off the autopilot. An accident. I guess,
So it doesn't have any product, is that what you're saying?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it should work once it comes back. main station is not set up yet correctly. So it'll probably pick up product, pick up fabric, but then not do anything with it. So I gotta set up conveyor belts at the main station.
What are you building?
I'm just using up all that concrete you said I would use.
Why?
So I was extending your track for the rail. I don't know what path you're planning on taking, but this seems pretty good.
Oh, you can kind of see my track,
Yeah.
can't you?
I think once I get into the desert, I might cut north a little bit.
I was gonna go north as well. This is just amazing watching you help. It's not something I'm used to.
I always help. I just don't realize it. Alright, out of concrete.
Let me see where you are on the map. Oh, you're not really that far at all from where I am.
Yeah, all that oil
where I
down there,
was.
Ramrod. Let's see how many. Let's see where the locations are at. Okay, I only saw one of the little circles pop up. How much rail do I have? That's about as much rail as I can build. Train's on its way back. Oops, wrong button.
train cooks.
It was cooking. Alright, now I gotta wait for it to take me back.
Will this be the test of if it works?
Looks like it's loading up with fabric.
Nice.
I'm looking at my, what were you gonna say?
How much fabric do you think's in there?
I don't know. There was only like... there wasn't a whole lot.
Now you can work on conveying it, the train stuff down to our headquarters.
Yep. We could also put in more stations along the way for other products.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was looking at the stats for my stream, and it says I'm dropping like 3% of my frames due to the network.
I
So
did see,
yeah.
well, I was on the multi-stream and for a second you came out.
I think, I guess that would be my upload speed on my internet is struggling or something. It says about 4% of the frames are being dropped.
Don't you pay for 300 megabit per second? Megabit per second?
I do not know what our upload that we pay for. But remember, I'm uploading this game to you to host it, plus I'm uploading the stream. So I could lower my frame rate or something. Lower 6,000 to 5,000. Might make the video a little bit blurrier. Matt, what should I name the train?
The Iron Horse.
The Iron Horse? But alright.
Because we love Sly Cooper.
That way. Ramrod was telling me to name it while I'm waiting in the train to take me back. Now when you look on the map, you can see the name when you hover over it.
Nice.
set up the unloading. Probably just go straight down with it again.
It's probably the way to go.
Missing steel beams.
But, well, let's think about this, though. You're going to need a lot of them. You're going to need one for each car that we put on, right?
Well, yeah, but right now we only have one thing.
That's true.
I need to get more steel beams before I do this. Let's see. Alright, station's now set to unload.
You could put it with the hypertube wall or so. I don't know what you want to do.
I think I'm gonna just go straight down with it.
Yeah, it's probably smart.
It'll come down sort of above our old train station. So I was trying to... I did have enough materials. I wanted to build Conveyor Belt Mark IV, and I was accidentally building Conveyor Belt Mark III the whole time.
Hate that for you.
And it was the Mark III stuff that I was out of. Jetpack on. Oh, whoops, forgot to use my jetpack. I just fell a long way.
Damn.
Are you reading my chat, Murray?
Make yourself a work train. Load with concrete. Interesting. We oh, I was gonna say. For whatever reason, the train does not work well for me. It like glitches. I don't know how to.
Can you
describe
enter it? And, well,
I mean, I can enter it. I can't drive it.
I still think it's just user error.
I think you're full of shit.
Well, actually, I think it could be half and half, but I think you still didn't turn off the autopilot right that last time to be able to drive it. So what I was gonna say, like, if you can get a train station set up and just have it going on autopilot between the two stations, then would it let you just hop in the train and ride it? Okay, Ramrod's saying it's glitchy as hell if you're not
Thank you.
host. I'm the host.
I think when they come out with their new release, they'll make trains better, but for the non-hosts, it's very glitchy.
I wonder if
Like I
experimental
barely
version-
even see them, Cash. Like
Yeah.
like they like have like 5 frames
Yeah.
per. They like go like 5 frames per second. Like, and then when I see them on your stream, they look pretty fluid and crisp.
Yeah, yeah. The multiplayer issue. Too high. Yeah, I guess the only thing you could do is set up a station to unload
Yeah.
and set up a station to load and have it autopilot.
It's just tough because you gotta constantly make it longer. I do appreciate the validation, Ramrod, because Cash keeps thinking that I'm like this monkey that can't get the train to work.
Well, you couldn't even get it to move an inch.
Because it hates me.
I think that's because you just didn't know how to turn off the autopilot. Alright, let's use my jetpack right.
Shouldn't it be conveying material, Cash, right now?
I don't think... I don't know. I didn't have any output set up before, so it might have not have dropped any off, since I didn't have any conveyor belts set up. I only have 35 fuel. Okay. I can make that last. Alright, where am I going with all this? Probably just go all the way to the ground and then over. We have so many conveyor belts on this ground here.
Love that for us.
Alright, where's the next input?
Alright, I'm gonna build another radar tower.
Do I want to use this container? This was the container that was being all glitchy for whatever reason last time. Let's do it. Drink that though. Or no. This was the glitchy one. It's this extra screws thing or something. Looks like the fabric. Did I die from that?
Why don't you not have your... Why don't you use your jetpack?
I thought I could. I'm gonna die again. Nope, not that time. I thought I could survive that fall. That's okay.
Damn, you have like 0.1 health. Such a beta move to have to die from that height. It happens, Cash.
That's alright, it was by our hub, so.
Yeah.
I think I was gonna use this.
Absolutely brutal when it happens out in the field, though.
Alright, we got fabric going into our base.
Nice.
What's next?
You could increase our concrete production.
I could. There's a lot of production things I could increase, though.
Yeah. Oh, can't you, is there any, research that we can do now? The supercomputers get finished?
Let me check. Ran out of plastic up here. Yeah, I got enough supercomputers.
Well, I look forward to whatever, we get. Also, how close do you think we are to that, space elevator thing?
I think we still need like another 100.
Yeah.
85 more.
Oh.
Alright. Should I do the programmable splitter or the geothermal generator first? I was thinking the geothermal one. I think that's
Yeah,
what
go for that.
Ramrod's saying.
Yeah.
Need some rubber. Alright. Remind me in 8 minutes to click OK on that.
All right.
So
8:34.
we can get 2,000 megawatts of free energy if we place down all the geothermal generators. Ramrod is saying.
That's fun.
How many locations is that? Like something like 15 to 20 or something?
Wait, say it again.
The geothermal
Get
generators.
2,003 megawatt.
Well, yeah. You basically just have to put these generators on these geysers. And the geysers are spread along the map like nodes, resource nodes.
Hmm.
And if you place one on every node, that's on every node in the map, I guess it's 2,000 megawatts of energy.
Hmm.
I guess, how much are we producing right now?
Like 4,000, I think.
No, about 8,000.
Hmm.
So, Ramrod says there's 18 nodes. I know I passed a couple when I was exploring. Let's see, what do I do while I'm waiting? Oh, fabric's coming in.
Nice.
We still haven't done sulfur stuff. Probably should do that next.
No. Yeah.
Probably find one that's a longer train route. I'm gonna need more concrete probably though. Let's see, where's our limestone nodes? Let's see, I need one of these. Let's see. It's 2 limestone nodes not too far away.
Are you gonna make us more concrete?
I think so.
Nice.
Because we are out of concrete. They're impure nodes, but oh well. I could also just overclock our existing limestone ones.
That's true.
That could be easier.
But make sure that the conveyors are...
Yeah. Could be easier to just overclock it than building a new one. We got plenty of shards. Where are power shards?
We have so many power
We got
shards.
3 purple slugs. Man, I have too many things in my inventory. There we go. 3 purple slugs, 14 yellow, and 15 green. To make power shards with. I need an open inventory space. Yeah, I should get rid of the screws. They're always just filling up my inventory space. I was throwing away some, like, resources I didn't really need, like rods and stuff.
Well, rods can be handy, I feel like.
Well, yeah.
But
Probably
not tons
more
of them.
handy than screws.
Yeah.
But, like, I had a stack of just, like, 10 rods or something that I just threw away.
Mm.
I was throwing away my non-full stacks of common resources. Alright. You want to guess how many power shards I just made?
I don't know. How many?
58. That's how many
You're just
we
gonna
had.
overclock everything?
I don't know. Well, I'm going to at least overclock the new limestone nodes that I'm doing.
Mm.
Let's see. I think if I do both of those nodes, I need 6 of them. Might need more of these. Alright. We're gonna have so much concrete.
Nice.
Well, maybe not so much. But more than before.
Do you have to build any more
Where are the
constructors because of it?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just go to new limestone. There's 2 limestone nodes not too far away. I'm gonna just start from scratch.
8 minutes.
It's been 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. There we go. Geothermal generator.
Nice.
And now I'm starting the thing for programmable splitters, which is another 8 minutes.
All right.
Didn't I just... Do I need foundations? Oh, there we go. Left side. Oh, was there another this thing was blocking. Or wait, I don't know. It's letting me place gear. Was this... Is this a little crystal that was in my way? Yeah. Alright, where am I gonna build this at? Where's my foundations? The other one has no crystal.
Alright, I'm gonna get some water.
Okay. Let's see. It's 150 parts per minute. Why don't I just lower the last constructor? That's what I'd rather do than lower the input out of the miner.
Damn, I even had time to make my bed.
Let's see, 45.
Just been chilling in a hyper tube.
Yeah. Let's see, what's the calculations? 150 divided by 45.
That's
3 1/3.
yes, 3 1/3.
So I'm going to underclock this last constructor to...
Wait, did you already overclock the concrete
Yeah.
maker or the miner?
Yep. Yep. The miner's producing 150 per minute. I select concrete on all these. Yep.
So how many will that node create per minute?
Well, it's 3 and 1/3 machines.
And 135 per machine?
I'm not sure how much one machine outputs. One machine does 15 per minute. So what's that? 45, 50 concrete per minute
Mm.
total.
That'll help.
Not splitter on merger.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom while I'm in this hyper tube.
Alright. Man, I lined up the second one wrong. Alright.
I'm back, and I'm still in the hyper tube.
Where's the concrete?
Jeez, I'm probably not even halfway there yet. You know, it'd be really cool. If there was like if there were like hypertube hubs you could create, and so if you created a network, when you enter, you could like say what you want your destination to be, and it would take you there, and you wouldn't have to like stop. You make stops and go. You know what I'm saying, Cash?
Oh yeah. Sort of like how the trains work.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Got some more concrete going in now. Another 50 more per minute. Let's do that other node.
Wait, did you finish already?
I did half of it.
Is it being conveyed back?
Yes.
Nice.
Ramrod's telling me to
Oh yeah.
finish the research.
Yep.
So, Ramrod, what's different between the programmable splitter and the smart splitter? What extra can the programmable one do?
I feel like it has to be able to divide out fractions. That's the only thing I would be able to think of. You
So
can,
you can, so let's say you can have like 2 different items coming out of one side. Okay.
wait, what?
So let's say your conveyor belt going into the splitter has like 3 different items, or like 4 different items.
Yeah.
You can have one of the outputs doing like 2 items and another output doing 2 or something. Instead of each output only having 1 item, it can have multiple items.
Oh. Okay. Might be useful if you only want to use like one conveyor coming down from the train station.
Yeah. The problem I see is that we're always limited by the speeds of the conveyor. So we're not like just making like one conveyor conveying a lot of stuff. It's like every item has its own conveyor. It's good for a sorting system. Is that your chair I'm hearing squeak?
Mm-hmm.
more conveyor belts to this chaos.
Nice. Are you gonna put it in the original concrete one, or are you putting it in a new one?
Yep, same one. I upgraded our conveyor belt speeds, so it should handle it fine. So we're making another 100 concrete per minute now. That's all. It's done. I don't remember how much we're making at the other nodes, but it's probably not more than whatever conveyor belt Mark IV can handle.
Takes nearly 4 minutes to go to go from one side of the tube to the other.
4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say? What speed you're traveling at when you're in it?
No,
Yeah, I was curious.
but pretty sure it's faster than a train.
Ramrod says about 120, which is I think what a train was.
Yep.
It's about the same. If you do the glitchy stuff when like putting multiple hypertubes when getting in, I guess you can make it go a bit faster.
Oh yeah, it's coming in faster. That concrete. Way to go, Cash.
We're now making encased industrial beams a bit faster too.
Nice.
Concrete was our limiting factor, I think. Or at least, it might have not have been limiting when the storage container was full.
Mm.
But when it's filling up the storage container, then it's not getting enough concrete.
Is the fabric thing still filling properly?
I believe so. Last I checked it was. I don't know why it would break, stop.
I don't know, me either.
Don't you just love looking at all these conveyor belts?
Mm-hmm.
What was that,
It's-
the movie
it's-
that it looks like?
It's Toy Story and what was the other one? Monsters
that.
Inc.
Yeah.
Yep. It's both Toy Story and Monsters Inc.
Ramrod says that's a nightmare.
Well, that's because it's all on one floor. That's the idea.
Yeah, that was the idea of this floor, to be a nightmare floor of conveyor belts. It's just... yeah.
When you're on the other floors, everything looks great. Right?
In comparison, yeah.
I think it's quite beautiful.
Yeah, I like the other floors. Everything's in nice rows. If we want to make more of something, we can just throw down another assembler and more splitters and mergers. I think we need to increase our steel production.
Yep.
I think that's the biggest thing right now is our steel. For stators, which requires steel. So yeah. Alright. What shall I do now? Should I just like find some coal nodes along the train path and build a steel factory and train it back?
That might be a bad idea.
I know originally we were planning on just converting some more coal power plants, but now since we got a good train network, maybe that would be easier. I still need to do sulfur too. I keep on putting that off.
Yeah.
Like sulfur's all we have left to research, besides like the tier
Really?
7 stuff that we need
Oh.
aluminum for. And there's like one thing that we need mycelium for. We just need 75 more modular engines. What's the... Can I throw down more machines making that?
I think there's a limiting factor on those, and I'm not sure what it is. I feel like you could just go up to the machine making it and just dump
It's like-
some stuff in
It's
there.
like motors, rubber, and smart plating. Which I think we have plenty of all of those things.
Yeah, I think check and see what is.
It's just that we
limiting
only
it.
have one machine making it, and it probably doesn't make it very fast.
Well, I mean, you don't know for sure. There might be some. See what the efficiency of it is. I'd be interested in seeing that. 'Cause I don't think it's very efficient.
I would be surprised if it wasn't at 100% efficiency. Let's see.
Man, Cash,
Machine was it?
you love eating words, don't you?
That wasn't like a guarantee or anything. Where? There it is. It looks like smart plating is what it needs more of. That
At
was
20%. Yeah, just throw a bunch of smart plates on it.
Yeah. Yeah, we could delete the other assemblers making stuff for the smart elevator, but I think I would rather just keep them. I could like power off the machine, but I would rather just have it so that we're making, so that our storage, our row of storage containers is making like every part in the game.
I am officially starting to go west.
West.
Mm-hmm. West, sorry.
Okay, I see where you're at on the map. Yeah, I'll just go west. I don't know how far west you want to go.
There's like an abyss I'm gonna go through.
Probably just somewhere like over that little river, and then start heading south again. I don't know. I'll let you decide. What is Ramrod saying no about?
I
You're
don't
going
know.
west? What instead of west? He's saying no to me. Ramrod's saying just keep on going west over the big cliffs.
He's talking to you?
Well, he's talking to me about talking to you about the path to take.
Cash, that you just inception to me on that. I don't know how to respond.
So I was talking to you about the path you're gonna take west. And he's saying that my idea was not good and that you should continue going west further before heading south.
I mean, I'm not really there yet, so.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Should I help you finish the train station? I guess I can do that.
It's really impressive how quick the concrete's being made now.
Well, we're making another 100 per minute.
The idea is for it to loop, if that wasn't clear.
Let's see. Alright. I grabbed all the concrete that we have so far.
Nice.
So should I be on the other end working towards you?
If you... I feel like you can do either. If you come my way,
Yeah.
you'll get a nice hyper tube. Takes you all the way.
I could always
Oh, no.
just take the train the other way.
Yeah.
Would you want me to come by you?
I don't really have a preference.
I think it would probably be better for me to go to the other side.
Alright, well then, you can
Unless,
do
like,
that.
we do something like one of us is building platforms and the other one's building the train track. I just throw down another train. I have modular frames. Yeah, Ramrod, I'll start going north when I get to the end of that, where I left off last time with Elias. So, can I just put another train on here? Or is that other train gonna get in the way? I don't know if they have collisions.
I don't make the rules, Cash.
I'm gonna try it. No collision. That's good. So Murray, you know that new game I started playing? It's called a Dyson Sphere program.
Does
And
it
it's
suck?
like, well, it's a single player game, but it's kind of like this game and like Factorio mixed together. You pretty much, you start out on a planet, and it's pretty similar to this game in the start, where you just like gather resources and build things and unlock things. But eventually you'll leave the planet and have to go to other planets for resources. And like the end goal of the game is to build a Dyson sphere around the sun of the solar system you're in to capture all the energy out of it.
Jeez.
Yeah. It
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I played it for about 4 hours. It seems pretty good so far. It's in early access too, but it seems to be pretty polished right now.
Love that for you.
It's a Dyson sphere around all stars and not just one star.
You fool, Cash.
Well, I assumed it was just one star, but maybe it's... Is it... Oh. Well, I went right through the other train. Good thing I didn't collide.
Love that for you.
Yeah, so, So it seems like Ramrod knows about this game. I'm not surprised, since it's pretty similar to Satisfactory. Yeah, so but there's no multiplayer for it right now. I don't know if there ever will be. Ramrod says he's read a lot. Yeah, I've read nothing about it. I've went in and started playing the game knowing nothing. And it seems pretty good so far. Seems like there's lots to do. So yeah, when we're not playing multiplayer on this, I'm probably going to be playing that game.
Nice.
get it. I have to turn off the autopilot. There we go. Alright, time to continue this trek.
So there's see how they like that abyss in between? That's where I'm gonna come through.
Are you talking about to my left?
Yep.
Through that gap there? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. That's not right. What's not right? I think I got it. It was just being... I built it and then I kept on running before it finished building. Or is it this section right here? Oh, good catch, Ramrock. How did that get placed up higher? How did it even let me build like that? That was a good eye. I'm trying to like speed build this rail, and I must have misplaced one, and
Hate that for you.
Ramrod saw it. Good thing. So I'm gonna start going north here.
Have we found any mycelia yet?
I found some from like cutting down trees and stuff. How are you doing these turns?
What? Oh, I just
Guess like this.
I just like
I figured it out.
so okay.
Now I gotta have the fun of placing down all this concrete.
Yep. Glad you called it fun, because that's what it is.
Jetpack. What about my jetpack? That's supposed to make this faster or something?
Is he saying that you should? I do my blade runners.
I think he's saying I can place it faster with the jetpack.
I think he's saying that you'll die if you aren't careful.
I don't know. Where am I meeting up with you?
In the abyss.
So I gotta keep on going, right? I think
Yeah, you can, but like try to stay over land. So you might want to go more east before you start turning up, unless you're trying to go around that thing.
Wait, where do you want
But
me
it
to go?
doesn't matter.
I wasn't listening closely. When should I turn to the right?
Well, since you cleared that, you could go now, and then
Did you already turn?
and then turn left once you get close to those cliffs.
Turn what? What are you
So-
talking about?
So go right where you are, go straight, and then
Until
once
I'm
you get
in
close to
between
the
those
cliff,
two arches?
yeah,
Okay.
like a, yeah. Yep.
I thought you were saying I was already went far enough, which didn't make sense to me.
But yeah, it doesn't really do us any good if you're building over water,
Why?
because you want to be able, if there's stuff below, you want to be able to convey it up.
Well, apparently there's oil down here
Wow.
in the water.
Are you turning now? That's probably a good time, right?
I was gonna go a little bit further.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
past this arch. Or should I go underneath this arch?
I mean, I'm gonna meet you in that canyon thing. So,
This canyon here?
yeah.
Okay. Are you already building towards me?
I just started.
Okay. I think I'll just let you build all the way this way. So we don't have to try and line up right.
Okay. I'm just kind of waiting at the base for more concrete so I don't have to
Oh.
make so many trips.
Oh, so you haven't started building yet.
I've started the turn, but
You have.
uh,
I wish I could... I see it kind of way out there. But lining it up right will be hard. Hit P and scroll? Oh, P's photo mode? Wait, that's... Yeah, okay. That's useful. So I need to go a bit further. Did you know there was a photo mode?
now I'm looking at it. That's pretty
And
cool.
you can zoom in that.
Were you aware of that?
No, I did not know. Let's see. You might have went too far. You went further than I thought you did.
I mean, we're not going to be able to put a straight line through there, I don't think, but that's just where we're going to go.
Oh. I see. I was trying to do the straight line thing. Okay, I went too far this time. Yeah. Where do I wanna... I might have just looked at it wrong the first time. Somewhere about right here, it looks good. Should I just guess? It's really hard to tell. Can I crouch and line up? Alright, I'm standing right on the edge of this foundation. I think that's right. Trying not to move my mouse. I think that's... I won't know until I start building, but I think that's good.
Nice.
I don't think I'm gonna have enough concrete to get all the way to it.
Good thing I have a lot. Alright.
Out of concrete. It almost looks like I'm gonna run into that arch, but I think we're good. Alright.
Well, I'm on my way. If you want to chill over there for 4 minutes, you'll see me.
Now, I'm gonna start laying some track on the way back.
Mm.
Is it 3 before the turn? Is it like... I want to just do right here. Looks like it's a little bit unstraight. Yeah. We got a wavy track around the turns.
We have lots of wavy track.
I think Ramrod was saying 3 foundations before the turn. Should I try to fix it?
I mean, If you
on
fix it, you might as well fix it. I tried to make it. It was like something I tried, but if sometimes it just happened and I didn't fix it. I mean, it's just we're not going to be using it. I don't see what the purpose of it is, really,
It's got to be right. So
other
we're
than the
gonna start it
looks.
right here. And this foundation's in the way. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, that didn't work exactly how I thought it would. Oh, that's because it's not curving. Ah, okay.
You almost fall to your death.
Well, the game kind of lagged a bit while I was jumping, and yeah, I was a little bit scared of that. That looks good.
I find it best if you can line it up with the straight edge, you're pretty good.
3 foundations is what you need on the curve, or to line it up. Start the turn like 3 foundations before.
But yeah, if you can fix it if you like what he said, if you make a
Yeah,
short straight one.
yeah. I'm not fixing the other wavy tracks. I'm just trying to do it right from now on. Alright. Should I go back for more concrete now?
Sure.
I guess that's my only option. I got all the track built in this part of it. Not open inventory. Wrong. I built a freight thing instead of the train. Instead of the locomotive. Let's go there. Alright, now it's automated.
Is there a monster in there, Cash?
Monster. A Monster energy drink? No.
Yes.
It was actually Gatorade.
Nice.
I'm actually all out of monsters.
What? I don't believe it.
And I didn't go to the store today. So I didn't pick up any more.
really see your track.
Keep on going. You should see it. You should be able to, if you zoom in, you should see it.
I did, and I didn't see it.
Yeah, it must be a
Maybe.
loading thing between multiplayer.
Yeah.
I wonder what your view distance and your settings is, if that has any effect.
Ooh, I see it.
Okay, see it now. Yeah, I have my settings, my view distance at like ultra, whatever.
Damn.
Or view distance.
I think it's gonna be one off, but I can't tell.
One
Might
off.
actually be perfect.
I spent some time trying to line it up, and I knew I was close, but it was hard to tell if I was right. Ramrod thing, it's using the term cache.
Nice.
Do you know what Murr? Do you know what a cache is? The CACHE cache.
Oh, I've heard of that one before. Yeah, I think you were one off.
Was I one off?
Looks like it. But I'll fix it.
Is it one off or two off?
I don't know.
Ramrod says it's two off.
I haven't got there yet. I think it's one off. Got it. Woo. But it is one off.
One off.
So I'm deleting a lot of your stuff to.
My stuff.
Yep. Because I'm not gonna rebuild that long ass thing.
Mine's pretty long too. And I had track down on mine already.
You did. And now it's gone.
And you complain I wasn't helping. What do you need? More concrete? I'm at the base right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
I grabbed all the concrete that's here. Grab some more. This stuff. Trail. What? I have 14 power shards in my inventory. Oh. Alright, should I come to your end of the track now?
Yeah, and then you can finish the hypertube stuff. But
That sounds like a lot of work.
I mean, you just need to. I can do the tubing. Use the concrete.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're building it underneath.
Alright, it is officially lined up. Well, it's about to be officially lined up and complete. Ah. Boom! There it is, Cash. With 31 concrete to spare.
Well, I'm bringing more if you need.
It's gonna put a radar tower in the middle of this. You don't like the radar tower?
No, just how you put it in the middle of the track.
No. Well, enjoy it.
So you had just enough concrete?
Yep, 31 to spare.
Alright, see ya, Ramrod. Yeah,
Yeesh,
I should probably
that's pretty
stop
low.
too. I get up
Yeah.
at about 6 o'clock.
Me too.
Yeah.
Just want to get this radar tower down and connected. What were we gonna say, Cash?
I was gonna say I kind of want to just finish this track and then stop.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so wavy right here.
Wah.
It wasn't even like close to a turn.
Wait, are you going my way?
Yeah.
Why don't you take the hyper tube?
Because trains work for me. Trains are fun.
I didn't want you to see all the wavy.
I had to inspect your work.
I guess you can fix the wavy then.
Oh no, I'm not doing that. I just gotta
Judge it?
spot it and let you know that I found your errors.
I might have enough concrete for these power lines. It's gonna get it's gonna be close. I think I will.
So this spot in the north, where it's pretty flat desert, is one of the starting locations.
That's fun.
Let you know. It's kind of the one I wanted to do, just because it's pretty flat and open.
Wow.
But they say it's like, what did they say, like experimental or something that makes it sound like it's the hardest starting location, when it's really probably not. It's probably one. Ah, I ran out of track.
What did you expect?
I mean, I kind of came over here to help continue building your track. Well, I'm down to 1 viewer now. It looks like Ramrod is gone officially.
I think the one viewer is me.
Yeah. You know, when we were playing earlier today, for a while I had 2 viewers. So there might have been another person watching it that was just not commenting or anything. I'm not really sure.
Got that other radar tower finally going.
Did you need concrete? I can drop you some.
I think I'm good right now. How much concrete do you have?
A good amount. I got like 10 stacks of it or something.
Actually, yeah, you can hand me that.
Gotta drag these all out one at a time.
Hate
What's
that
that?
for you.
I
Alright.
just had a... Actually, I'm gonna keep a little bit for myself. There we
You
go.
want me to hand it back?
No, I got like 1.5 sticks left.
Oh,
That should be
okay.
plenty. I was about to give you it all, and I'm like, that was... So I heard a beep in my ear, like something got disconnected, like a
Mm-hmm.
USB stick or something. I
Yeah.
just realized it was my keyboard got disconnected when I couldn't move. I don't know
Well,
why
that
I would
makes...
randomly get disconnected though.
Is it Bluetooth?
No, it's wired.
Beats me, Cash.
I'm gonna check unplug it from the back of my computer and replug it back in.